And we are just going to point out that these guys are training partners. They're not your sparring partners. They're not your coaches necessarily. They are your training partners. And your training partners' total function at any given point in a training cycle is to help you perform, help you work on techniques, and in some cases help you refine certain things. It is relevant to where you are in your training cycle, whether you're in week 1, day 1, whether you're in the warm-up phase or the technical phase or the sparring phase or the conditioning phase. So the output coming from your training partner is relevant to what you're trying to accomplish. In this particular video, it's a mixture. The guys, there's only one guy in this video at this particular time that had ever fought. Now, there are some guys in there that have training from other areas like wrestling, but nothing too much with striking. And maybe one other guy who actually had some previous form of martial art training, but he hadn't actually did any real fighting, just some sparring in the gym. So basically, you're only dealing with 2 guys who really have any real athletic sense about their bodies. So the other guys are just learning. And this is cool because you want your training partners, they got to get the skill from somewhere. They got to pick it up from somewhere to be a training partner. So yeah, they got to hold mitts, they got to hold pads, they got to be training partners, they got to be guys who help you do your partner drills. So they got to get it from somewhere to be able to be the guy that helps you perform later on. So in my opinion, you don't wait. If I had to go through the academic structure, training partners probably first. You want to teach them how to be good training partners. You want to teach them how to have good training etiquette in the gym. And that's before you get the sparring partner. The coach and, the instructor and the teacher are built-in factors when it comes to training. They're always there. Day 1, you get an instructor. And a guy did ask me a question. What's the difference in my mind between an instructor and the teacher? The instructor is, think about going to a seminar. The guy who's the guest host, the teacher, lecturer, or whatever of the seminar, he's an instructor. He's the guy that's going to disseminate a certain amount of information. And inside your own ranks, a lot of times you have guys who function as instructors. It's like when you're having a problem with a certain technique and this guy says, move your arm like this, move your leg like this, but they're not necessarily your primary teacher. And your teacher is the person who helps you refine that technique, based on your body type, based on whether you got little legs, long legs, short legs, whether you're fast or slow. He refines the technique based on your unique set of attributes. And when you get into the trainer and the coach, coaches tend to only want you to, they tend to lean on the things you already know. If you're supposed to be able to do X, Y, and Z, that coach is going to lean on that and make you do it because he believes that you've come up through the structure correctly and he is not taking any excuses. You do this because I know you know this. The trainer, on the other hand, doesn't care what you know. The trainer just cares about bigger, stronger, faster. Move faster, be quicker, do this more. And because the trainer's whole idea, his whole mindset is output, output, output. He doesn't want you to get into the fight or whatever the performance arena is. He doesn't want you to get in there and lack cardio. He doesn't want you to get in there and become afraid due to the other guys outworking you. So each one of these academic structures has a particular criteria, has a particular focus, but you have to start at the beginning with the training partner, because basically here, not only is your training partner learning structure, but so are you. And it doesn't matter if you're holding the pads, he's holding the pads, you're doing the striking, he's doing the striking. It doesn't matter. It's one guy is leading the situation, the other guy's responding, but both guys are learning. And even when you grapple, it's somewhat similar. Because there's always someone who's slightly a little bit more aware, like especially when you have belt ranks and one guy's a blue belt and the other guy's a white belt. Whether they mean to it or not, they have that training partner structure going on, where the one guy is slightly a little bit better, helping you perform your technique, and it helps create that awareness. Hey, I'm learning this. Then it helps create that refinement where I'm improving this. So your training partner is usually where you want to start in the gym. I don't care what big name school you go to. I don't care what big name instructor has his name on the door or whatever. You want to make sure that you start with a good training partner, because on a day-to-day regular basis, you will not have access to those big instructors, big teachers, and big coaches for some time, because you have to have something that they can work with. So usually the first person is that you're going to engage as a training partner, and think of your training partner as a big brother or big sister that helps you become acclimated to the gym structure, gym life, the gym etiquette, and also the particular patterns and structure of the training methods. They are super, super important. Oftentimes they get overlooked because everybody cares about sparring partner. The problem with the sparring partner is if the performance level is too big, there's a huge separation between what you can do and what they do. You get blown out of the water and you don't want to come back. And that's why you have to be careful when you're going in. You want to make sure that you have an adequate amount of the thing you really are there to learn. So if you're in the beginning stages, you don't need sparring. You need better training partners and better training methods. And then you move into sparring. So that's what you got to pick up first. Start with a training partner. I'll follow this up and talk about more about sparring partners. I'll talk more about instructors, teachers, trainers, and coaches. I am Coach Sess. You've had words with the Mad Coach.